A big negative the console version Rust had and the PC version Rust did not have. And they've taken that away. Oh, this feels cool. Hey, everybody, what is going on? Serial Loverdraft here, and today we're playing the console edition of Rust. This is the completely new graphical optimization for the console edition of Rust. We're going to be running around checking things out and seeing just how crazy everything gets. And the first thing I've got to say that I noticed is it does look better, but it feels almost like they've overdone it at a draw distance. Like, it looks like there's too much sharpness to things. I don't know if anybody else gets that feeling. I'm playing on a 4K monitor, so maybe that's part of it, but it just feels like everything's too sharp. Right up close, it doesn't feel bad, but at a distance, it doesn't feel right to me. Let's check in the options. Maybe I can play with this. Okay, there we go. Sharpening's on. Let's turn that off. Much better. All right. So yeah, it turns out that sharpening was on, which is exactly what I described, and turning sharpening off did fix things to an extent. It still feels a little bit off to me, but it did fix it a lot. Like, it feels a lot better now than it was before. And overall, like, the graphics they're different, but I don't know if I'd call this better. Like, I think this would look much better in a screenshot, and I think on a video this might look better, but when you're actually running through it, it feels there's just a weird thing. There's a weird feeling to it. I don't know how to describe it, but it definitely feels like things are a little too sharp. Like, the lines are too defined, if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody else gets this or if it's just me being a weirdo. This would be more of your sort of fresher biome. And this one actually does feel better, honestly. I'll give them that. At a distance, I still have that weird, like, over sharp feeling, but up close, it definitely does have a nicer feel to it, I think. And like, overall, this feels like a really good update, and it feels like what they're going to need to do to make this a really great graphical update isn't that much. So I think overall, this is a positive. There is one thing I'm worried about, though. And so far, it does not look like this is going to get better. So there's this issue. On the PC version of Rust, one of the things that happened when they changed the terrain layout and everything like that is, well, we got someone running that monument over there. Unfortunately, I don't have a weapon. So one of the things that happened is when they changed the way that the terrain was done, they got rid of some of these, like, rock formations that you could build into. I'm not talking about the rock glitch. I'm talking about rock formations that would have, like, a little sort of underside to them that you could run through, right? Like, if you get what I'm saying, like a rock formation that you could really use to your advantage when building. And I think they might have got rid of that with this graphical update, and that is a big negative. It was one of the things that I really enjoyed that the console version Rust had and the PC version Rust did not have. And from what I can see by these rock formations, it looks like they've gotten rid of that. So you know how you used to be able to run sort of some of these rocks you could almost like run into, and you'd have rock over you, rock on either side, and you could sort of build a base where you've just got one wall that a raider would have to go through. I think they completely get rid of that with this update, which is very unfortunate. They did add vans, though. So if you don't know, PC version Rust, you got these vans that'll sometimes have loot in them. It looks like that has been added with the console now, so I guess that's nice. In the fields, it definitely feels more vibrant. You've got that, like, got a little bit more red, yellow, the greens pop a little bit more. It feels like it's a little bit more saturated. And again, look at this. Look at what these rocks, I hate that they've done this. They've removed the fact that you can build into rocks. I honestly thought that was one of the cooler things that you could do in Rust. And I hated when they removed it from the PC. And I was like, hey, at least all of us on this console version Rust get rocks that we can build into. And they've taken that away. Oh. And this is like, they've still got these sort of bugs here where you've got the grass that's just floating in midair. I'm sure that's something that's going to be fixed, I'd hope. That looks rather weird too. I'm hoping that some of this stuff's going to be fixed. It doesn't. The thing is, on the PC version of Rust, it feels a lot more realistic. This doesn't quite capture it, I think. And personally, I think from what I'm seeing, I think there's a few more negatives to this than positives. Like, it's cool that they're trying it, and I think that this could, like, be a decent update if they manage to do a few different things for it, but right now, this just isn't it to me. Here we go, potato, I think, yeah. So you can take a clone, and that's going to help you if you're trying to, like, grow, not potato, blueberries. So blueberries don't quite look right, in my opinion, either. But yeah, you can see a lot more statistics here, and you can work with the genetics a bit, and that's a whole system that, to be honest, I don't really know all that much about. If you're looking for genetics guides and stuff like that, I think, I could be wrong, I think Jade Monkey has one that's specific to the console. Otherwise, there are some real wizards who've done some guides for the PC version of Rust. And nothing against Jade Monkey, I'm sure his guide is pretty good, but there's some people who've like really spent a lot of time diving into just crop gathering and everything that goes along with it in the PC version of Rust. So those guides are usually very, very in-depth. Maybe too much to an extent, right? So yeah, it is, you know, there's pluses and minuses to it. And I think Jade Monkey's guide definitely does fill a void. I'll probably be doing a guide, but I've got to get my head around it. I don't like doing guides if I don't know what I'm doing. I like to get to the point where I know enough to know what I needed to know when I was learning a thing, but not that I know so much that I just overcomplicate things or skip over things that a beginner just needs to find out. If that makes any sense. So yeah, like when we're in the trees, actually, this graphical update does feel like a huge improvement. Like from here, this all feels really good. I feel like once we get out into the field, that's where things start to falter a bit, just because of like, it's just a weird feeling to me. I got rid of that dog. Usually with animals, if you want to get rid of them, all you gotta do is jump onto like a rock outcrop or something like that, and that aggro that you've got going against you is just gonna disappear. Pro tip there, I guess, or noob tip, I don't know. See, this actually works. When you don't have too much out there in the distance, it doesn't feel that bad. I feel like it's just like, maybe not even like a super long distance. It might just be when something's like at that perfect point, if you will, where it's like sort of in between being like right in the foreground and way in the background. I think that might be where things feel off. There might... All right, he just wants to team up. I'm not interested in teaming up. I am solo. He asked me if I was solo, but I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time, boys. In the desert, it doesn't feel... I mean, it's hard to tell because at times I'm like, yeah, this isn't too bad. And then sometimes I think it has to do when I see trees. It just feels like they're like vibrating or something. It feels off. It's like my character's done a little bit too much LSD, which would explain the whole thing of running around naked on an island with no idea where your clothes were to start things off. Just... See, again, in these rocks, you can see the way the rock formations are done completely changed, and they're a little bit more like spherical. Like they don't feel as good in my opinion. The rock formations have definitely been downgraded. Terrain generation overall, I think, has been upgraded, but I think rock formations specifically have been downgraded. And I don't know if there's any way for them to fix that so you can get one without the other. And that's going to be a problem. Like, if they can't get... I say it's going to be a problem, but like the PC version of Rust just went with it, and that's that. But I know it's something that a lot of players miss. I'm disappointed that they didn't try to improve on it. You know, I mean, the console version of Rust is well behind the PC version of Rust, but there's nothing that says that they can't improve here and there. And this would have been a nice improvement to see them make. Also, one thing, it looks like they've changed night. So we're not going to get that like somewhat bright night that we used to be getting before. It looks like we are going to be getting the pitch black, the dark of night, which, you know, it could be better, I think. Yeah, it looks like we're going to just be getting very dark nights again. For better or worse, it looks like that's what we're stuck with. So you're going to have to start bringing out that torch and lighting it up. Of course, that lights you up too, so maybe you don't want to do that. I'll say Bandit Camp actually feels a lot better. I like the fact too that we're not left with that just weird fog that ends up everywhere and just makes. No, there we go. We got a little bit of weird fog. All right. I think that's done for graphical reasons, to be honest. I think the fog can help reduce the draw distance. And I think by reducing the draw distance like that, they can make it lag a little bit less on consoles that just aren't the best. If everybody gets what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. This one back a little bit. Ooh. We did not win that one. We pull it off. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Ah, they're not going to do it. Okay, whatever. It's rigged. It's not your fault that you lost. It's someone else's fault that they rigged it. Okay, so the snow definitely feels a lot better. The snow biome, like, when you got light shining on it, this feels cool. I really do like this. Like, this area, I love. I love the feeling that you get here. Like, in the snow, you get that, like, nice sort of glint off the snow. It feels very nice, in my opinion. So, snow biome, I think that's a good one. Desert biome, it feels a little bit off. And in the woods and, like, meadows, it feels more vibrant, but it doesn't quite feel right. But yeah, this is a huge upgrade in my opinion. Like the way this feels, this just has a nicer feel to it in my opinion. It feels brighter, it feels nicer, it feels not friendlier, but it feels more like a snowy biome should feel, I think. We got a massive clan base over here. Let's see if they don't kill me. I'm sure these guys have like everything they need already. Just gonna completely decimate everybody. All right, let's check out launch site. Why not? And the helicopter's shooting me. Let's see if we can. We're not going to be able to survive this, but you know what? Let's just draw it in here. Why not? Let's be that guy. Ooh, disappeared. I didn't realize that would happen. See, when you're actually running a monument, this doesn't feel bad. Like in a lot of areas, this is a substantial graphics update. There's just a few little things that I think they could fix, and then they'll be the whole way there. But yeah, I'm actually I'm pretty positive about this one. I hope that it comes through in the video. Sometimes I'll make a video and people are like, oh, you're too hard on them. And I'm like, I thought I was being positive. I'm hoping that this one comes across as positive. Because, yeah, like this it feels better. Like it feels more vibrant. It feels more like epic. Maybe not epic, but it just feels better. The thumbs up from Serial Overdrive. It's a busy server. There's probably people all over the place. I'm very low on health, so this isn't the best idea of mine, but we're going to make it happen anyways. I'm hoping that there's no tank. I'm just going to go for this box. No guts, no glory, right? There we go. That's the glory. All right, so we got a Hazy. That's good. Hazy and a bow. What a great combo, right? It's all you need to rule the world. I don't plan to take any of this loot with me, so this all gets donated to whoever decides to kill me, or whoever's good enough to kill me, which is quite a few people. Oh, nice shooting. He gets the loot. Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.